have one of you Tennessee fans respond and say, hey, listen, that Tennessee run game looks pretty real to me. Go ahead and take a listen to what they have to say.
Hey JD, this is Chad in Nashville. Love your content. On Instagram, you had a prompt say, "What is real in college football after week 2?" And I got to say, that's got to be the Tennessee Volunteers run game. I mean, Star Thomas, Sean Bishop, Peyton Lewis have just been unreal these first 2 weeks. And I know the competition hasn't been the strongest, but I just love the hypeful of keeping that commitment to a strong ground game with the Vols. Open up the passing game even more. And shout out also to Joey Aguilar, crushing it as well. Really excited for the game this weekend with Georgia in Knoxville. It's going to be a wild one. Go Vols.
Appreciate you calling in. Again, 629-888-3931. Give us a call with your takes, with your off-the-field issues. We'll get to here a little bit later in the show. But what he's saying is a true statement. Tennessee, with how they run the ball, that's been real in the context of this season and also in the context of, since Josh Heupel's been at Tennessee. Every year since Josh Heupel's been in Knoxville, a 2,000-yard running the football team is Tennessee. Not an accident. Not an accident. And so far this year, you got totals of 246 on the ground against Syracuse and 276 on the ground against East Tennessee. Now, he mentioned this. Lesser competition. That's 100% true. That's kind of where I'm going with this thing. The numbers are great. The mentality and the commitment to running the ball is great. I mean, every single year, Josh Heupel has been a higher run-the-football team ratio than pass ratio. Even in 2022, 55% run-the-football territory. But there is different kinds of real. You know what I'm saying? I can be a good basketball player in my YMCA league. That's real. It's true. I can shoot my free throws. I can hit the three-pointer. I'm nice on the drive. That is a real statement. I am a good basketball player. But could I come off the bench for the Hawks tomorrow? No. That's not the same thing. It's real that I'm good at basketball, but it's not real that I'm actually tier 1 good at basketball. That's not the same real. That's the question here for Tennessee. It's not real, can you run the football at a high level? It's, can you run the football at a high level against Georgia, against Alabama here in October, against Ohio State when you see them in the college football playoff again? That's where I think the word real becomes a little bit more of a discussion. Because for this game against Georgia now, this is kind of what Josh Heupel, I believe, has been building to since he got to Tennessee. When Josh Heupel got there, it was, we can spread you out, we can go fast. We don't have the dudes that you have in the trenches just yet. We'll get there, but we're going to win with scheme, with speed, with tempo, all those things until we get that trench warfare we need to have. Hey, it's been a few years now. At this point, this is where you get to test the process of Josh Heupel and that staff and the way they've evaluated and added talent and what Georgia has. Because that's the price of admission to being good in the SEC, to being a team that competes for SEC championships. And I believe that Josh Heupel has been doing those things since getting to Tennessee, and we get to see the progress report here when they line it up against Georgia in Neyland on Saturday. Now, it's not just can you run the football, it's can you run the football to set up some stuff downfield. That is the whole premise here for Tennessee running the ball against Georgia. Yeah, it'd be nice to impose your will and run the ball 50 times and average 6 yards a carry and just make Georgia say uncle. However, I don't know that that's necessarily going to be plan A for Tennessee. It's can you run the football, command numbers in the box, get dudes open downfield, and then strike up the band and hit a deep shot downfield to any number of receivers that you want to name there. Within that, Mike Matthews, Brad, we could go down the line here and name players. But you look at what Tennessee did a year ago against Georgia, had over 100 yards, almost 4 yards a carry. Not bad. Again, that's real. You ran the football for over 100 yards against Georgia. That's awesome. But look at the passing numbers. What was set up? Nico, whether you want to blame him, whether you want to blame the scheme, the receivers, whatever, 5.1 yards a pass, less than 200 yards passing. That's great to run the football, but is it real enough where you can run the football to demand numbers to then throw the ball downfield for Joey Aguilar? That's where this gets exciting. Because if you can do that, and then you can push the ball downfield, that filter of real versus YMCA to real versus I come off the bench in the NBA, that filter to me, I think changes the way that you view Tennessee football in the discussion for the 2025 season. Because I don't question if Tennessee is going to be a team that can run the football at a high level when they play other teams in the SEC and win 8+ games. It's no, if you can run the football and then throw the ball downfield against Georgia, okay, now, here we go. Here we go. So this filter we're going to get a chance to get a peek at for Tennessee against this Georgia front seven. If you can do it against Georgia, you can do it against anybody, in my humble opinion. So Tennessee, the run game, yes, it's real. How real, though? We get to find out this weekend, and I cannot wait for that, dude. Cannot wait for that.